How many chords are there in a piano? So many. First, we should probably hit all the major triads. There are 12 of them, if you count C all the way up to B, 17 if you count in harmonic equivalents for the black keys, and 21 if you count both in harmonic equivalents for C/B and E/F. Let's stick with physical keys for now. And for the rest of this answer, 12 major triads, 12 minor triads. Cool. Let's move on to the other triads, augmented and diminished. Naming augmented chords is kind of weird because they don't really have inversions, but we'll pretend that there are 12 distinct chords, based on only the root. Same goes for the diminished triad, we have 12 of those too. Now we're past the triads, and we have a total of 48 chords. Time for suspended chords. In modern Western harmony, we generally use sus2 and sus4 chords, so we'll start with those. For every major triad, we have a sus2, same for minor triads, so we'll add 24 chords, same goes for sus4 chords. Easy peasy. Now we have 96 chords, and since we're here, we'll address the sus6 chord. Yes, it is theoretically a different chord, but since we're only counting physical chords and not theoretical chords, we'll call them 6 chords in first inversion or 6 chords in first inversion. sus9 chords exist in a weird spot between theoretical and physical because it gets its name from its function more than the notes, so you could just call it a Maj9 chord, and that's exactly what I'm going to do later. Before that, we need to address our 7th chords. Can't forget those, can we? Maj7 and Min7 chords are just their counterparts, 12 of each, for a total of 24. We'll allow for 12 distinct diminished variants as well, adding another 12, and then 12 more for half diminished 7ths. Dominant 7ths add 12 more for a total of 67th chords. Augmented 7th chords add 12. Augmented Maj7 chords add 12 more, mm7th add 12 more, which gives us 96 7th chords. To my knowledge, there is more kind of 7th chord, and that is the dim Maj7 chord, which I have never seen in any music in my life. Same goes for both augmented 7ths. We'll add it to the shopping list, giving us 108 7th chords. 204 chords, and we haven't even hit 9th, 11th, 13th, or modal chords. Let's keep going. 9th chords. I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll pick the good OL, Maj9. First, we will not take into account voicing for these, because that's an entire can of tigers on its own. These chords will have the underlying assumption of being played in basic block voicing, like this, just your everyday C, Maj9 chord. Counting up all Maj9, Min9, Dom9, Dim9, half Dim9, and altered chords, we get 72 chords, half of which very few people will see in any real musical context. We're basically at the point where you can throw anything in the bottom, be it a sus chord, odd, dim, any sort of 7th, etc., and call it a 9 chord. Basically, by this point, the possibilities are almost literally endless, so I'm going to call it quits at 276 chords, even though there are way more. I didn't even scratch the surface of 9 chords, and we still had 11, 13, and the occasional 15. Plus those modal chords I brought up. I hope that somewhat enriched your life, almost like watching those random videos on YouTube that teach you how to cook chicken in 32 ways. Disclaimer, I do realize that some of these chords have 5 million different names. I come from a classical background, and I play a lot of jazz, so the terminology is probably not consistent at all. That's still what they're called to some people, nonetheless.